Good afternoon, everyone, Mr. President, Madam Secretary, former presidents, prime ministers, ladies and gentlemen. Democracy is the work of every generation. It is certainly the case for my country, the Republic of Kosovo, where every single generation has paid a very high price, the highest of prices, and has made the ultimate sacrifice to live and breathe democracy today. I grew up joining my father in massive demonstrations organized in my country against the Milosevic regime, chanting three simple but very powerful words: freedom, independence, democracy. Liri, pavarsi, demokraci. We knew back then, even as little kids, that freedom, independence, and democracy were intertwined and could only prosper together, could only function together. Independence would not have been possible without freedom, and freedom made no sense without democracy. And as the world witnesses an unprecedented pace of challenges, the question is, how do we protect the system that protected us in the most challenging of times? It is the work we do every single day, day after day. It is not something that just happens. It's something we build, we protect, we strengthen, and we sacrifice for. Democracy depends on all of us, each and every one of you in this room, and equally so everyone watching from home. We all know too well that democracy is neither perfect nor can it be taken for granted. Yet it remains one of humanity's greatest achievements. Indeed, we find ourselves at the threshold of a profound transformation. What lies ahead will shape the future of our world in ways beyond our imagination. But this is not a time for fear. This is a time for opportunity. It is a time for hope. And I am confident that as we navigate this period, we will write some of the most glorious chapters in history. Because history has shown us time and time again that in moments of great change, humankind has written its finest pages. Beyond threats from outside our borders, one of the other most significant threats of democracy is the internal erosion of trust, the internal erosion of belief. As division, frustration, and polarization expand, it becomes all too easy to lose sight of the very thing that has empowered us to shape our own destiny. The health and the resilience of this system, the system of democracy, depends on more than just laws or policies. It depends on the trust and the belief of the people who participate in it. And if we stop believing in its potential, we weaken the very foundation on which it stands. The strength of the system lies in the strength of its people. Indeed, a democracy is as strong as the will of the people to stand for it and nurture it day in and day out, no matter how hard, no matter how high the price to protect it. In Kosovo, we have learned this lesson in the hardest of ways. Back home, there's no second chance. There's no second choice. Democracy is everything. We don't entertain any other option because we've seen firsthand the opposite of democracy. It brings pain, destruction, and devastating human loss. That's why in every Kosovar you will find an unwavering advocate for democratic values. The will of our people has performed miracles. It's that will, that unmatched resilience, and that relentless pursuit of freedom and self-determination that have guided us to where we are today with the support of friends and partners. Our determination for a free, democratic, and independent state is what laid the foundation for the strong, robust, democratic system that we have now. Our belief in the core values of democracy and our unwavering commitment to them is what has shaped Kosovo into a champion and shining example of democracy today. Without a doubt, the most prosperous and thriving democracy in our region. and we wear this achievement with pride, but we never, ever take it for granted. Every day we continue to push forward, and our relentless pursuit of Euro-Atlantic future drives our democratic progress. These aspirations have spurred vital reforms in governance, transparency, and social development. They've allowed us to preserve and nurture the values that transform societies for the better. And while this work has been a joint undertaking of men and women alike, I'd like to particularly mention that women have demonstrated unparalleled conviction and leadership in this path. The women of Kosovo have been at the forefront, leading with strength, intelligence, and courage, whether before the war, during the war, or after the war, in our peace-building, peacemaking, and peace-defending processes. Their voices, their leadership, and their relentless push for equality have been crucial to Kosovo's success and will continue to be central to our future. In Kosovo, women aren't just part of democracy, they are leading it. And in fact, I'm not the first women president of the country, I'm the second one in only 17 years of independence. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, as we stand at unique crossroads, and we're living in a world of unmatched developments, in the face of all this, democracy and humanity demand our attention. As we enter an era where technology, particularly artificial intelligence, will be at the heart of every decision, every social shift, every challenge we face, we must ask ourselves, how do we ensure that this revolution works for us, for humanity, and not the other way around? This technological revolution will fundamentally change our world. In the light of this, we must remind ourselves that AI does not exist in a vacuum. With each passing moment, we have the chance to embed the values we hold dear into the algorithms we create, the systems we design, and the decisions we make. A creation of humankind must remain a creation that works for humankind. And the humankind must remain the crucial beneficiary of this development, the same way that it has benefited from democracy. Because democracy was never meant to belong to one person or group. It belongs to all of us. It is designed to empower the people, to amplify our voices, and to protect our rights and freedoms. But this power can only be realized if we believe in it, if we nurture it, and defend it from those who would seek to erode its integrity. It is therefore our everyday duty to remind ourselves and everyone surrounding us that the beauty of this system lies not in its perfection, but in its potential for growth, for reform, and evolution. As long as we continue to believe in the power of the people, our power, this system will endure. However, it is not enough for something to endure. Hence, the legacy of our time must be to make sure that democracy not only endures, but continues to flourish now and for future generations. And while we face all of these developments in the AI sector, let's remind ourselves of the words of one of the biggest peacemakers of our century, former President Václav Havel. He said that the salvation of the human world lies nowhere else than in the human heart, in the human power to reflect, and in the human responsibility. About 25 years ago, we saw the testament of the human heart and human responsibility back in Kosovo. Just imagine, just 25 years ago, I was a child of war, a refugee, the daughter of a political prisoner, the granddaughter of another political prisoner, among so many young people in Kosovo that were waiting for the democratic world, and I repeat, democratic world, to get together and show what they can achieve when they stand together for the values of freedom and democracy. Thank you to all of those for becoming those champions for the people of Kosovo.